before retreating, visibly agitated and sluggish. The air hung thick and humid, a living shroud draped over the Amazonian canopy. Sunlight, a fractured mosaic of gold and emerald, pierced the dense foliage.
Dancing on leaves slick with dew and the morning's lingering mist.
The symphony of the jungle was a constant, immersive roar. The rhythmic thrum of cicadas, the guttural pronouncements of distant howler monkeys, and the staccato chirps of unseen, iridescent birds. It smelled of damp earth. Decaying leaves.
And the cloying sweetness of unseen orchid blooms.
A wild, untamed perfume. Deep within this verdant labyrinth, Dr. Eris Thorne, a man whose gray hair was as his well-worn khakis and mud-splattered boots were testaments to countless expeditions. He hummed a tuneless melody.
His brow furrowed in concentration.
As he calibrated a high-magnification camera focused on a specially designed, transparent enclosure. Inside, a miniature city throbbed with life, a colony of Formica Rombi.
The infamous Rombi ant, known throughout the scientific community for its uniquely potent and rapidly deploying toxic defense.
Today, Dr. Thorne was poised to answer a question that had plagued entomologists for decades. Can
Novis. The quiet hum of the African-American male scientist's portable generator was the only mechanical sound. A low, guttural growl, not from the jungle, but from the precise of his time-lapse camera.
Dr. Thorne felt a prickle of anticipation.
A nervous energy that transcended the humid heat.
His first contender, a formidable applauso, its longiva dinner.
The air in the enclosure, usually still, now seemed charged. The tarantula, sensing the vibrations of the Rombi colony within their transparent habitat, twitched its 8 hairy legs. It moved with deliberate, silent menace. Its multiple eyes reflecting the bright LED lights young Dr. Thorne had installed. A collective, almost imperceptible tremor rippled through the Rombi weaver ant colony as the first scout. They mobilized with startling speed. A tiny, dark tide swarming to the perimeter. The tarantula lunged, a blur of hairy legs. Only to be met by a coordinated, incandescent spray. A fine mist of corrosive formic acid, stinging the air with a sharp, vinegary odor. The tarantula recoiled instantly. its usually unyielding demeanor shattered. Scrambling backward with frantic desperation.
Its movements jerky and panicked.
Dr. Thorne scribbled notes, a grim satisfaction battling with a twinge of pity. Failure 1. Over the next agonizing hours,
a procession of apex invertebrate predators faced the Rombi's implacable defense. A glossy black,
its venomous forcipules gleaming. It charged the ant perimeter with reckless abandon, only to be swarmed by hundreds of Rombi, their tiny jaws latching on.
Their acidic spray misting at its hardened exoskeleton.
The centipede writhed, a symphony of clicking chitin and frustrated aggression. Before retreating, visibly agitated and sluggish. Then came a formidable staphylinid beetle, a creature whose tough carapace often shrugged off lesser threats. It attempted to burrow, to penetrate the colony's defenses.
but the Rombi's relentless, organized counterattack proved too much.
Dr. Thorne's frustration mounted with each failure. Yet his awe for the ants grew exponentially. He wiped sweat from his brow. Adjusting his spectacles. His hum now, a low murmur of disbelief. The Rombi, these tiny, insignificant insects, were proving to be an almost insurmountable wall. The jungle outside grew quiet as dusk began to fall, its vibrant colors mellowing to deep purples and oranges. Inside Dr. Thorne's makeshift lab, the tension was palpable, thicker than the humid air. He had one last card to play, his most daring and ambitious choice, the onyx serpent. This fictional creature, a slender, midnight black snake with scales that absorbed the light.
Its introduction was a hushed, almost reverent affair.
The serpent, freshly caught and handled with utmost care, uncoiled slowly from its transport box, its forked tongue flicking, tasting the air.
A faint, metallic hiss, barely audible above the whirring of the cooling fans.
Dr. Thorne held his breath, his eyes fixed on the glass enclosure. The Rombi ants, sensing the profound shift in the energy of their domain, went into hyper-alert mode. A dark, shimmering wave of them formed a defensive perimeter, their antennae twitching frantically. Their tiny mandibles snapping.
The onyx serpent, unlike the other predators, did not immediately attack.
It moved with an unnerving, almost liquid grace. Its head raised, its obsidian eyes glinting. It circled the ant colony, studying, assessing, its instincts, undoubtedly It made a few slow, deliberate feints, testing the ant's resolve. Each time, a volley of that familiar, acrid spray erupted, coating its scales. The serpent flinched, but did not recoil in panic. It paused, its body coiling slightly.
And then, inexplicably, it turned. It did not retreat in fear, but with a calculated withdrawal, seeking a distant corner of the enclosure. There, it slowly, deliberately, began to rub its head and body against the smooth plastic. The powerful venom of the Rombi, even against a creature known for its resilience, had found its mark.
The experiment was over. A profound silence descended upon Dr. Thorne. He slowly lowered his binoculars, his hand trembling slightly.
The onyx serpent, the pinnacle of his predatory lineup, had been deterred not by brute force, but
a strange, almost reverent wonder washed over him. He was stunned, then exhilarated.